Part 73. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 721. Father. You're finally here. Help me, avenge me. Just come here. Woohoo, your son was almost killed. This bastard, he dares to kill me. Must not let him go. Father. You must help me kill this bastard. Let him take a good look at the power of our Xiahao clan. Yuan Xiaotian complained angrily. Immediately, he found that his father Yu Wenzhou was shaking a little, and his lips were shaking violently. Yuan Xiaotian was secretly moved. It's still my father. Some limbs must have gotten out of control because of anger. Father. I know you feel bad for your son. It doesn't matter if my son is injured, but the prestige of my Xiahao clan cannot be humiliated. This guy is disrespectful to my Xiahao clan, he must be killed. Kill him completely. My Xiahao clan is strong and invincible, and it's not easy to deal with this group of hillbillies. Father, can you stop moving your hand? My son feels your anger. Snapped. Yu Wenzhou's trembling hand couldn't bear it any longer, and slapped it fiercely. You rebel! Do you want to kill the entire Xiahao clan? It's your fault. The Xiahao clan won't take the blame for you. With a slap in the face, Yuan Xiaoshan's mouth began to seep blood. He was stunned. Why did his father beat him? What did he say wrong? His father loves him the most. After so many years, this seems to be the first time, right? How can, like this? Father. You're crazy. Why don't you kill that bastard and beat me? Clap clap clap. The successive slaps came, which seemed extremely crisp. Fang Fan stood aside with his arms folded, watching the good show of the old man hanging and beating his son in front of him. Get out of the labor force. Kowtow to Hall Master Fang Fan and admit his mistake. What kind of thing are you? You dare to show your teeth and claws in front of Hall Master Fang Fan. Yu Wenzhou kicked out, directly kicking Yuan Xiaotian into a dog to eat shit, and then knelt down in front of Fang Fan with his head. Yu Wenzhou could see Fang Fan's face clearly from a distance. It was not the first time he had seen this face. He had seen it before the Holy Heavenly Alliance temple. At that time, he was lining up not far behind Fang Fan. He saw with his own eyes that Fang Fan slaughtered the Deputy Valley Master of Longigu 9-star King level Quasi-True King stage without any scruples. He even slapped the people of the Holy Heavenly Alliance in public. These are nothing. The key is, the Golden Throne Inspector of the Holy Heaven Alliance, Qin Hai, values him a lot. I even want to accept him as a direct disciple and holy son of the Holy Heaven Alliance. Qin Hai Jinzuo Inspector, what level of character is that? That is the true king of the 10-star king level. Understand the powerful existence of two laws. Faced with such an invitation, Fang Fan actually refused. I don't know how many people are envious. But no matter what, the relationship between the Golden Throne Inspector of the Holy Heavenly Alliance and Fang Fan is very good. This is an indisputable fact. They Xiahao clan, in the eyes of the Inspector of the Golden Throne of the Holy Heaven Alliance, what are they? They are not even a 9th rank power. In the entire group, only he, the 9-star king level Quasi-True King, is supporting. Other than that, nothing. Such a force is already the lowest level on the battlefield of all races. But this prodigal son has to come out to provoke right and wrong. Yu Wenzhou had the urge to slap the villain to death. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 722. Father, have you lost your mind? Why are you so afraid of this hillbilly? At this moment, Yuan Xiaotian is very aggrieved. Very aggrieved. He was beaten. He was beaten so badly. If someone else hits him, he won't say anything. But this time, it was his father who beat him. He hasn't figured it out yet. It's a beat up. Is there such a thing? You know shit. The one in front of you is the master of the 9-rank power palace. People can kill even the 9-star king level quasi-true king. If you want to kill you, isn't it easy? You idiot. You still want to compete with Palace Master Fang Fan, it's not wrong to kill you. Yu Wenzhou kicked in the back again. Immediately, he walked up to Fang Fan with a diligent expression on his face. Fang Fan, the owner of the shop, is my godson Wu Fang. My idiot son offended you. If you're really angry, just kill it. Yu Wenzhou gritted his teeth, and now he can only throw a single bet. Fang Fan was amused by the reaction of the father and son. Until now, are you still acting in front of him? This son is indeed not a thing, but this old man seems to be able to behave in the world. Is it? Then kill it. Fang Fan spoke indifferently, indifference and casualness that could not be expressed in his voice. Yu Wenzhou's body trembled, and an embarrassed look appeared on his face. Palace Master Fang Fan, if possible, please forgive him a dog's life. After all, this is my only son. If you have any needs, my Xiahao clan will do my best to satisfy you. Our Xiahao clan's wealth is definitely incomparable to yours, but this is also our heart, isn't it? Cold sweat broke out on Yu Wenzhou's face, and Fang Fan's reaction was beyond his expectations. How can this work? If things go on like this, his son will be cold. Fighting, scolding, but this feeling for my son is indeed true. Is it? Fang Fan silently found the storage ring delivered by Yu Wenhua, the patriarch of the Xiahao clan, with a slight smile on his face. Ha ha! A dignified young patriarch is worth 1,000,000 divine crystals. It's better, kill it. Fang Fan glanced at Yu Wenhua, the head of the Xiahao clan. Millions of divine crystals, how about sending beggars? Even a race of the level of the winged humans has the wealth of millions of divine crystals. Although this Xiahao clan is not a 9th rank force, they still have 9-star king level quasi-true king powerhouses in charge. Just this? It's clear that he didn't take him seriously. No. Hall Master Fang Fan, wait a minute. That's just a little bit. I'm here, and I have a big meaning. Yu Wenzhou sighed secretly, this time he was planted in. Looking at Fang Fan like this, he is obviously dissatisfied with this number. That's right, people of this level can even get involved with the Golden Throne Inspector of the Holy Heaven Alliance. How can they care about this little money? Father, why are you so cowardly now? Are you still the father that makes me proud? Just when Yu Wenzhou was restless, Yuan Xiaotian suddenly raised his head unwillingly and shouted. Yu Wenzhou was worried that he had nowhere to vent his anger, and when he saw this rebel, he couldn't hold back and slapped him. Snapped. Stop talking nonsense. Kneel for labor and capital. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 723. Yu Wenzhou took a deep breath, and then continued to look at Fang Fan with a flattering expression. Palace Master Fang Fan, my godson has no way to make you laugh. That little thing just now is really not interesting. This is the treasure of my Xiahao clan for many years, please accept it with a smile. Yu Wenzhou delivered another storage ring painfully. Fang Fan opened it, and there were 4,000 spirit crystals and a small bottle. He didn't know what it contained. What's in that bottle? Fang Fan is actually quite satisfied with the meaning of Yu Wenzhou's delivery this time. From all angles, the benefits are not too small. That is the spirit of the law. Suitable for the quasi-true king of the 9-star king realm. After use, it will help the quasi-true king to understand the power of the law, and then comprehend the real power of the law. I didn't have time to use this vial, please don't refuse it. I just ask the owner of Fang Fan to forgive our Xiahao clan. Yu Wenzuo's attitude is very low, the spirit of the law. What can trigger the birth of the power of law must not be cheap. It seems that this guy has indeed taken out all his family assets. Fang Fan nodded secretly, quite satisfied with his behavior. Since Patriarch Yuan has to be so polite, then I don't want to accept it. As for this guy, take it back and teach him a lesson. If it is possible, if he has been banned for 180 years, his temperament may be changed. Fang Fan was instantly happy, but he didn't expect that he would get this reward by going out and wandering around. 4,000 spirit crystals, 1 million divine crystals, and that bottle of law spirit, this harvest is not too small. Yes, thank you, Hall Master Fang Fan, for your understanding. As for this beast, I will peel him off when I go back. Boom. When Yu Wenzuo thought about the spiritual crystals and treasures he had lost, his heart trembled with pain. Others don't matter, the key is that bottle of the spirit of law. This kind of treasure can't be bought simply with money. He spent countless energy and got it by chance. But now it's all gone. It would be nonsense to say that you don't feel bad. If it weren't for such a prodigal son, he wouldn't have succumbed to this point. Palace Master Fang Fan, this is the sound transmission bell of my Xiahao clan, please accept it with a smile. In the future, whenever you need anything, you only need to say a word, and my Xiahao clan will surely arrive. You and Qin Haijinzuo Inspector are inseparable, and the future is bound to be unlimited. If my Xiahao clan has the opportunity to cooperate with you, it will be a great honor for our Xiahao clan. As Yu Wenzuo spoke, he delivered a small golden bell. This kind of sound transmission bell is quite common among the heavens and the races. Ordinary low-end bells may only be able to communicate within a short distance, but high-end bells can even communicate across planes. And this kind of bell is generally a fixed pair, and can only communicate with each other. If you want to contact the third person, you need another pair of sound transmission bells. Fang Fan nodded, but did not refuse. He could feel the kindness of the Xiahao clan. If the Xiahao clan were the kind of race that didn't know what to do, he would have already killed them just now, so it wouldn't be possible to talk about something useless. But it's clear, the Xiahao clan chief Yu Wenhuas who in front of him is still very good at life. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Xu Yu. Chapter 724. One more ally is better than one more enemy. Welcome to the card shop opened by my Emperor's Palace at any time as a guest. The arm of your prodigal son may still be repaired. Fang Fan glanced at Yuan Xiaotian, who was kneeling and shivering beside him, said indifferently, and then led the army away. When I came to the camp, the business was still booming. And now there are 5 9-star king level quasi-true king level strong guards such as Galen, and most people really don't dare to cause trouble. Even the average 10-star king level weak and true king level powerhouse came over, and he did not panic at all. At that time, I will send 2 quasi-true king level heroes to contain it, and let the little mage Wajia have a little space to stretch himself, and then he will be able to bombard the enemy directly. The 10-star king level weak real king who killed the dark camp before did just that. Fang Fan snorted lightly, the light in his eyes flickered. The battlefield of 10,000 races, is indeed his opportunity. Lord, this is the various rare cards that were collected before. Seeing Fang Fan's return, Garen hurried over to deliver a stack of cards. Most of them are some experience card Legion promotion cards or something. However, the level is relatively low, and the value is not very large. Resurrection Fragment card, one of the fragments of the Resurrection card. If you collect enough fragment cards, maybe you can reassemble the resurrection card. Life spiritual liquid card. After opening it, you will get a bottle of life spiritual liquid, and you can increase your lifespan after drinking it. Law comprehension card. After using it, there is a 30% chance of comprehending a law directly. There are many cards, but 3 of them are unique. Resurrection fragment card. Do resurrection cards really exist? Is the effect of the resurrection card still able to revive the dead? Fang Fan pondered to himself, these are all unknowns. The life spiritual liquid card can be understood and can increase the lifespan. As for the law comprehension card, it seems more violent. 30% chance of comprehending a law directly? This is going to flow to the sky. Fang Fan clicked his tongue secretly. He knew very well the deeper meaning of this card. Those quasi-true kings, weak true kings, now want to go bankrupt in order to comprehend a law. Although this law comprehension card has only a 30% chance of comprehending a law, for everyone, this is definitely an unimaginable temptation. This kind of skydifying card is suitable for my own use. If there is such a 9-star king level quasi-true king under his command, after using it, wouldn't he be able to comprehend the power of a whole law? Direct promotion to the strong king. If a 10-star king level weak true king uses it, and it happens to be successful, plus the power of the law that he has already comprehended, it is the power of 2 whole laws. Oh, this is not absolute the real king. Fang Fan took a breath, his eyes twinkling brightly. It's a pity that under his command, there is no weak true king of the 10-star king level. However, there are quite a few quasi-true kings of the 9-star king level. Fang Fan secretly planned in his heart. Like Garen and the others, and the 2 from the Desolate clan. It's just that Garen and other heroes are limited because of their realm, so it's useless to use them. Lord, these brothers are. When Fang Fan returned, the people in the palace of the emperor naturally crowded to greet him. Yi Lingtian, the commander of the Yitang Legion, Ling Shang, the commander of the Lingzhan Legion, and Zhou Kaishan, the deputy commander of the Human Sovereign Legion, came together. I'm going. I want tough muscles. It seems, I won't be lonely anymore. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 725. Zhou Kaishan walked over excitedly, with a look of surprise in his eyes. For him, being able to have a comparable opponent is too precious. At first glance, he took a fancy to Huangshan, the patriarch of the Baron clan, that is, Fang Fan's current captain of the guards. Baron Mountain naturally knew that these people were under Fang Fan's confidence, smiled honestly, and then wanted to bump fists with Zhou Kaishan. Boom! Zhou Kaishan's body suddenly retreated in a straight line, and then fell heavily to the ground. For it. Why are you so weak? Baron Shan scratched his head honestly and said bluntly. Zhou Kaishan's mouth twitched. I didn't expect this big man to be so strong. Shame. Palace Master, is this your newly recruited elite? Yi Lingtian's eyes lit up, and he glanced at the more than 1,000 desolate clansmen behind Fang Fan, with a shocked expression on his face. The middle-aged strong man in front of him can easily beat Zhou Kaishan, and he is naturally impossible to be an opponent. Could it be that this middle-aged strong man in front of him is a 9-star king level weak real king and strong? Yi Lingtian swallowed a mouthful of saliva consciously. The prestige of the Hall Master, he could not detect more and more. The Lord is really too strong. Again and again, showing a solid arm, showing the courage to hang everything. Yi Lingtian couldn't help but sounded. When he first saw the Palace Master, there seemed to be 1 or 2 7-star king realm fighting forces beside him to support the field. At that time, Yi Lingtian was indeed very unhappy, and even tried to counter-attack again and again. Go change. It just fails over and over again. At that time, he was the #1 expert in the Imperial Palace. The first powerhouse. Hanging on such an honor, Yi Lingtian was depressed for a long time. After all, he can become the #1 expert. One can imagine how powerful this power is. And now, I'm afraid he won't even be able to squeeze into the top 10. Those confidant hero warriors under the Palace Master are too strong. In the last battle against the Dark Camp, slaughtering the 9-star king level quasi-true king powerhouse of the Dark Camp was as simple and easy as eating and drinking. At that time, Yi Lingtian was already very respectful. And now, it can only be said that the 5 bodies are thrown to the ground. Well, they are from the Desolate clan. The Desolate clan will become an equal race in the Imperial Palace from now on. They are in the same spirit as the human race. I have prepared them as my personal guard, and they are directly dispatched by me. Fang Fan explained something casually, and then everyone went directly to the central tent. On the way back, we were attacked by the army of the Xiahao clan. The captain of the guards, Huang Shan, defended the meritorious deeds and rewarded us with a comprehension card. Fang Fan finally gave this law comprehension card to Barren Mountain. Relatively speaking, once the combat power of the Barren Mountains becomes stronger, for him, the safety factor can be guaranteed to a great extent. On this battlefield of 10,000 races, something might happen in the future. It's not a bad thing to prepare in advance. Law comprehension card. What is this? It has something to do with the law. Everyone couldn't help but poke their heads, looking a little surprised. Fang Fan smiled lightly, but didn't say it directly. Barren Mountain, you can use it now. Fang Fan pointed at random. Everyone's eyes were focused on the simple and honest Barren Mountain, and everyone wanted to see what kind of treasure Fang Fan had just rewarded. Yes, my lord. Huang Shan scratched his head, bowed respectfully to Fang Fan, and immediately started to use this law comprehension card. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 726. The moment the law comprehension card was used, the surrounding aura was quickly emptied. These auras did not enter the body of the Barren Mountain, but were deliberately repelled, making the surrounding space become a vacuum zone, without any aura. Immediately, the power of the law was ejected from the law comprehension card. The power of law completely wraps the Barren Mountains. Barren Mountain looked startled and seemed a little helpless. The power of these laws began to impact his body frantically, and around the body of the Barren Mountain, blue rays of light began to flicker. Roar! Barren Mountain suddenly roared, with a look of pain on his face. Too much power of law entered his body, he couldn't bear it, or, he was not ready to directly understand the power of a whole law. According to this situation, I am afraid that this time the power of comprehending the law will fail. Fang Fan frowned, a look of regret in his eyes. After all, the law comprehension card has only a 30% chance of success, and failure is inevitable. If it's a one-time success, that's weird. Fang Fan shrugged, although he was a little regretful, he didn't care too much. Originally, this kind of law comprehension card was an additional gain. It hurts, it hurts. Ah, my head is about to explode. Bang bang bang. Barren Mountain suddenly touched his head on the ground and collided frantically, his forehead was covered in cold sweat, his body began to swing unnaturally, and his breathing gradually became rapid. Pain, pain from the heart. Great Aragami. Please save your disobedient believers. Huang Rui, the chief priest of the Barren clan, knelt on his knees and tried to cast a spell, but it seemed that the effect was not great. Fang Fan took a breath. He originally wanted to take advantage of this opportunity to give the Desolate clan a certain reward. Who knew this would eventually turn out like this? Blood began to flow out from the whole body of the barren mountain, and the muscles of the whole body had been completely ruptured. Lord, please, save our patriarch. More than 1,000 desolate clansmen knelt down at the same time, with a sincere attitude. They naturally won't resent Fang Fan because of this matter, but at this moment they can only pin all their hopes on Fang Fan. After all, at this time, they don't know anything. Fang Fan was stunned for a while, and then followed with a sigh. How did the situation suddenly turn into this, he doesn't know. But in the end, this matter has nothing to do with him. Healing card. I have also used it, and it has no effect at all. This is the sanction of the power of law. It seems that the body of the barren mountain is not suitable for direct contact with the power of this law. The one who can fight against the power of the law, or that can sanction the power of the law, it is estimated that there is only divine power. Unfortunately, I have no divine power. No. I don't have divine power, but I have the power of faith. Perhaps the power of faith can be useful. The thinking in Fang Fan's mind began to change rapidly. At this moment, a dead horse can only be regarded as a living horse doctor. If that doesn't work, then he has nothing to do. He did what he had to do. Fang Fan folded his hands in front of him, and directly transmitted the stored power of faith into Barren Mountain's body. The power of belief that was input at the beginning was directly swallowed up by the power of law, leaving nothing behind. But gradually, the power of faith began to form a shield of faith. Firmly wrap the barren mountains in it. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 727. Hoo. The barren mountain took a few breaths violently, the cold sweat on his forehead. With the power of faith as the support, his defensive ability has been greatly enhanced. Immediately, Fang Fan discovered that the power of those laws actually invaded the body of the barren mountain mixed with the power of faith. Just when he was about to increase the outflow of the power of faith again, there was a happy expression on the face of the barren mountain. Is this the rule? It's a strange feeling. Baron Shan closed his eyes, muttered to himself a few times, and then fell silent. The whole process lasted about 5 minutes, and Fang Fan has been continuously outputting the power of hundreds of thousands of beliefs. Boom! The barren mountain suddenly stood up, and the shield around him instantly shattered into pieces. The power of the crazy law suddenly broke through the sky, instantly draining the spiritual energy within a range of dozens of kilometers. I'm going. What's the situation? I've cultivated so well, why did my spiritual energy suddenly disappear? I almost burped. Grass. Who is so shy? I almost got promoted. Bastard. Give back my aura. That seems to be a vision of someone comprehending the power of a whole law. A whole piece? My CAO? Which true king's handwriting is this? Our bright camp is going to give birth to another strong king and strong man. Maybe he is still a true king and strong. It seems to be from the southeast. Well, a powerhouse of this level is so terrifying. Within a few dozen miles around the camp, there was a lot of discussion. The Orc Plain, the temple of the Holy Heavenly Alliance. In that direction, which force is there? The power of such a pure law, the future is boundless. Qin Hai narrowed his eyes, as the true king of the top, he could see more clearly. There, it seems to be the camp of the Emperor's palace. Gong Sun Cheng frowned. He had been there once before, so he was somewhat impressed. Human Emperor's palace. Is it Fang Fan's little friend? Sure enough, a monster genius. Dark camp. Damn. How come there are so many powerhouses in a sub-battlefield of the Bright Camp? Check. I will investigate thoroughly. Send someone over to find out which force the new powerhouse of the Bright Camp is. Do your best to win over. No matter what it takes to pay for it. Thank you, Lord. I understand a whole law of destruction. Baron Mountain knelt down on one knee, his head hitting the ground with a thud. No matter how simple and honest he is, he should know at this moment that all this is due to Fang Fan. Otherwise, he may have been completely annihilated by the power of the law just now. Hiss. In the military tent, everyone's eyes showed a look of envy. Understand the power of a whole law. Originally, Baron Mountain was a 9-star king level quasi-true king powerhouse. The quasi-true king powerhouse is only qualified to touch the power of the law, but he has never really comprehended even a trace of the power of the law. Now Baron Mountain has directly comprehended the whole article, and has been promoted directly from the quasi-true king to the realm of strong true king. The weak real king realm in the middle is directly omitted. A 10-star king level strong true king, even in the Holy Heaven Alliance, it is quite a status. Even the General Jinza Patrol envoy is at this level. Very good. This is your own creation. If you don't experience risk, how can you achieve success? Fang Fan smiled indifferently. The realization of the law of the Barren Mountain was indeed a pleasant surprise. He was already in danger, but in the end, the power of faith not only saved his life, but also helped him digest the power of these laws and merged into his own law of destruction. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 728. It can only be said that this is his chance. As long as you have merit, you should be rewarded. Everyone, try your best. It's just the power of a law. Today we seem to be extraordinarily rare. Believe me, maybe in 5 or 10 years, these are just some gadgets that you reward your younger generation. Fang Fan squinted his eyes, and his eyes were bright. The crowd also followed a burst of excitement. The surging feeling in my heart cannot be expressed in words. Sky Cloud Plane, Cloud Clan. Yunur, our Yun clan has a brilliant record this time, and it coincides with the Holy Heavens decree issued by the Holy Heavenly Alliance. Did I let you exchange the spirit of law in the Holy Heavenly Union Temple to exchange it? With the spirits of these laws, our Yun clan will surely be able to give birth to a 10-star king level weak and true king and strong. Yun Zonk, the head of the Cloud Clan, said excitedly that the Yun clan's gains were indeed not small. Haha. The Patriarch. How can there be half a drop of the spirit of the law? Her Royal Highness has already given those contribution points to her lover. The contribution points that our Yun clan army sacrificed their lives for, all became someone else's. Yun hadn't spoken yet, and Yun Chi, who was beside him, was completely unable to bear it. Before on the battlefield of the 10,000 races on the Orc Plain, he was suppressed everywhere. At that time, he was afraid that Yun would really desperately lead the Suzaku Knight army to kill him. But it's different now, it's in the Cloud Clan's lair. With so many Yun clan leaders here, he has the right to speak. Yunkai. Don't spit your blood. This person is kind to me, I just help him. As for the contribution points of the Shengtian Alliance, I will return them to the family. Yun glared at Yun Chi, then turned to Yun Zonk, the head of the Yun clan. Love. Damn things. Yunur. What's going on? Yun Zonk's face turned black, and his eyes suddenly became sharp. The matter of contributing points can be left aside for the time being, but how could his daughter just do anything wrong outside? Lord Patriarch, I know all of this, I can. Yunkai. Shut me up. If you dare to talk nonsense again, be careful that I will cut your tongue. Yun's face turned red, and she glared at Yun Chi fiercely. Shut up. Yunkai, keep talking. Yun Zong took a few breaths violently, and the blue veins burst on his forehead. Yun Chi added fuel to the story between Fang Fan and Yun. Patriarch, there is not a single lie in my words. If you don't believe it, You can ask the warriors of my Cloud clan. They all know. That bastard grabbed Her Royal Highness and disappeared for a while. When Her Royal Highness comes back, the clothes inside are long gone. The clothes outside are actually the man's clothes. At that time, I wanted to lead the troops to sweep the Emperor's palace, but Her Royal Highness tried her best to stop it. Even threatened to kill me. Lord Patriarch, please call the shots for me. It has been several days since the last attack of the Dark Camp. For a few days, nothing major happened. Everything seems quieter. Fang Fan's card shop can be regarded as a firm foothold on the battlefield of the 10,000 races in the Orc Plain, and the number of customers who come here every day is unknown. Of course, compared to the many races and forces on the battlefield of 10,000 races, his customers can only be said to be a drop in the bucket. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 729. During these days, there has been no movement from the Dark Camp, and the Holy Heaven Alliance seems to be relatively indifferent. If the day goes on like this, it looks pretty good. During this time, Fang Fan specially sent people to send those female barons and some barren young children to the human palace for placement. As for the adult male desert warrior, stay with him for the time being. Hey! Did you hear that? Yun Yun, the princess of the Yun clan on the Plain of Clouds, is about to marry Twaba Seong of the Twaba clan. It is said that the wedding will be held in 3 days. Princess Yun Yun? Tisk, that's the first-class beauty in my luminary galaxy. As for Twaba Seong of the Twaba family, I remember being tall and slender, very disgusting. Who said it wasn't? Hey, this doesn't match at all. I don't know what the Cloud Clan's patriarch thinks. Are you stupid? Princess Yun Yun is not only outstanding in appearance, but also incompetent in leading troops to fight. She is indeed the goddess in our hearts. Hee, goddess. You don't really think that there is nothing tricky here, right? An alien cultivator who seemed to know something about the inside story sneered, his eyes flashing with contempt. What? Do you know something? Oh. It's no secret. Twaba Seong of the Twaba family has always wanted to forcibly marry Princess Yun Yun. It's just that Princess Yun Yun has been against it. The Cloud Chief has never responded. The reason why I agreed so readily this time is not because Princess Yun Yun's reputation has disappeared from the outside world. Yun Zhong, the head of the Cloud clan, just agreed to the marriage in a fit of anger. Also, it seems that Princess Yun Yun gave a wild man the hundreds of thousands of contribution points that the Yun clan worked so hard to accumulate. It's just a pity Princess Yun Yun, that Twaba Seong is nothing. It's just a young master of the Twaba family branch. Hee, brother, you can't talk nonsense about this. The Twaba family is an 8th rank force. What happened to the young master of the branch? Even if it's a gatekeeper. That's also a gatekeeper of the 8th grade power. Well, I'm not just bragging, it's nothing. Fang Fan. I am under the order of the Cloud Clan's patriarch. I have come to collect 500,000 Holy Heavenly Alliance contribution points from you. This is the contribution point that our Cloud Warriors have worked so hard to accumulate. Princess Yun Yun is not qualified to use it at all. Haha, 100 contribution points can be exchanged for 1 spirit crystal at the market price. 5,000 contribution points equals 5,000 spirit crystals. But it has been delayed for so long, so I have to charge a little interest. Let's do it, don't ask for more, take out 10,000 spirit crystals. This matter, forget it. Yun Chi's eyes showed greed, this trip was a fat one. Before that bitch Yun Yun had been guarding him, making him unable to do anything. But it's different now. That bitch Yun, I can't take care of myself now. Thinking of this, Yun Chi's eyes flashed crazy. Damn it! Bastard! How long has he coveted Yun Yun's body? I didn't expect it to be cheaper in the end, this bastard in front of me. To say this, that's fine, he doesn't mind taking over. But in the end, the patriarch actually married Yun to the big lion of the Twaba family. Thinking of Twaba's family's Twaba Seong's muscles all over his body, Yun Chi felt sick. Yun, this slut, must be tortured when she gets married. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 730. Thinking of this, Yun Chi's heart is full of relief. Let you bastard look down on me. If you marry me, I can still love you more. Married to the Twaba family, married to that big lion, I don't know what it will be like in the future. Yun Chi thought to himself, the sneer at the corner of his mouth became more and more intense, while thinking in his heart, his body couldn't help but tremble slightly. Excitement completely wrapped him. Yun, what happened? Fang Fan stepped forward indifferently and looked at Yun Chi coldly, with endless killing intent in his eyes. The news outside spread like locusts, crazy and fast. Before waiting for Fang Fan's reaction, Yun Chi came over excitedly to ask for the account. If Yun has nothing to do, how dare Yun Chi be so arrogant? Obviously something happened. And this matter also started because of Fang Fan. The reason why Yun is in the current situation is that on the one hand, it is because Fang Fan once brought her into the Shushan Pavilion world for a period of time. After she came out, because all the clothes on Yun's body were destroyed by the whip marks, Fang Fan gave her to Yun at will. Yun put on a robe of her own. This matter was widely publicized by people with a heart, and it became more and more unbearable. In addition to this matter, the other thing is the contribution of the Yun clan. When he was at the Holy Heavenly Alliance Temple, Fang Fan wanted to exchange all the Desolate clan members with contribution points. It's just that a total of 3.5 million contribution points were needed at that time. And Fang Fan only has 3 million. At that time, Yun helped him once and gave him 500,000 contribution points. Who would have known that this was the cause of the disaster? A killing light flashed in Fang Fan's eyes. I hope Yun is okay, otherwise, I'll slaughter the Yun clan. Fang Fan's eyes are fierce and persistent, his voice is not very loud, but there is an undeniable domineering. Ha, how dare you pretend? Crazy. Crazy. Who do you think you are? What are you? A trash who only knows how to hide behind women. Without Yun covering you, you dare to be arrogant in front of me. Believe it or not, I slapped you to death. As Yun Chi spoke, he walked towards Fang Fan viciously. From his point of view, Fang Fan was nothing but a 6-star king level cultivator. And he, Yun Chi. The arrogance of the Cloud Clan. The powerful existence of the 8-star king realm. Isn't this an obvious hang-up game? Yun Chi raised his head proudly, his right hand has been raised directly. Click. What? Cold sweat broke out on Yun Chi's forehead, and the killing light flashed in his eyes. Pain has completely wrapped him. His arm was just chopped off. Now he's a one-armed man. You dare to hurt me. Cold sweat broke out on Yun Chi's forehead, and his body began to tremble uncontrollably. Even if it is an 8-star king realm cultivation base, his arm is cut off by Kajin, and he can't stand it. Lord, do you want to kill? Baron Mountain stood aside and said with a simple and honest face. His simplicity and honesty are only aimed at his master. Anyone who dares to disrespect the Lord will die. In the eyes of Wang Shan, Fang Fan is not only the Lord who must be loyal to his death. It is the greatest desolate god of the desolate people. Die for the Lord, die without regrets. Die for the wild god, die well. Crazy. A bunch of madmen. You are all crazy. Uncle Jungi. If you don't do anything, I'll be dead.